This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
And welcome to the special Thanksgiving Off the Break podcast.
Woohoo!
So special.
It's so special because it's happening on a Tuesday.
Whoa!
We want to get
Yeah.
home to our families.
We do. Family time coming up this week. Everybody needs that break.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there's movies coming out like in one day that we figured we should talk about the ones that we have seen and get you guys all
Yeah.
prepped.
Get you all prepped because we have a lot of movie going to see this week.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with Frozen, the big, huge winner of the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh
By
my gosh.
quite a bit.
The grosses
To nobody's surprise.
were amazing on it. So many places did so well with it. Nobody bombed. It was just such a relief. I think people really needed this film to do well, and it did. It produced.
No, it's been like how many weekends since something made like even more than 30? Seems
I
like
know.
it's like since Joker almost.
I feel like it was. I can't even think what Maleficent made. I don't
Was
think
it-
it was higher than 30.
was
Was it?
the last big one It Chapter 2?
No, Joker made
Joker made more than
80
It.
million.
Yeah, Joker did more. than
80
it.
plus million or something like that.
So
I don't know. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
You know, everything's just kind of like either doing what it's expected, like
Mhm.
at the very best, but most of the time it's like, yeah, another one kind of underperformed.
Yeah, there were so many products that people were hoping for, like studios and theaters alike, just hoping for, this is it. This is what's gonna, nope, only
It's
made
like, I hate to break it to you guys.
15 mil.
Terminator's not your nest egg.
Charlie's Angels,
your
that's not it either. But this is it. Frozen 2 is the one.
Yeah, so Kyle kind of gave us some hints because he saw it last week, but
Yeah.
you took your boys to it and they were
I did.
psyched.
I even make Kyle not tell me what happened in it.
Which is rare. That never happens.
That never happens. No, I was as pumped as my kids were, and we went and we had so much fun. They were very excited. They loved it.
Yeah,
They didn't
that's
think
good.
it was too scary. It was awesome.
There's some moments that pushed it a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But otherwise, it was pretty tame. It was just a nice quest for Elsa to find maybe even her true place in the world.
It's a good
So,
lesson.
Yeah.
We all have a place.
I did learn and make a mistake. I probably should not let my kids take light up shoes. Because every time they put their feet up on the railing, it was like lights galore, like a cell phone being popped
jeez.
out.
Yeah, but when you're kid, did you have light up shoes ever, Kyle?
Actually, no, I don't think I ever
I had
did.
one pair. It was like a pair of those like and one sporty basketball shoes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I want lasers.
I want lasers when I'm
Yeah.
running.
That's good that they liked it though. Was
Yeah.
there a lot of people there?
It was full. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only have one criticism of it, and I
Yes.
felt like, one, there were too many songs in the beginning of the movie because I didn't need it to be such a musical this time
Yeah.
around. One of the songs was a little cheesy, and Kyle and I had a big conversation. Like, we don't know if we were laughing because it was so absurd, or if it was actually because it was funny.
Is it for a certain character?
Yeah, it's Kristoff singing, but it's like set like a 80s music video.
I kept reading that like Kristoff's song was like the best one.
What?
Yeah,
no.
like the
It's the
standout.
best worst song.
Okay.
It's got the I think,
Again, like I don't know if I was laughing at because that it was so kind of meta but also kind of absurd, but it's just so out of left field that you don't know why it exists.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this song because it's about how Anna is his like north, and like that's his path, and he feels left behind, and he feels like sometimes she's on a different path, but his path always leads back to her, and so that's kind of a really nice,
It's a good message.
cute little song, but it's just done to this like a slow rock guitar like ballad, like
Oh yeah, power ballad.
power ballad.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's really what it is.
Oh,
It's
how can you not love 80s power ballads?
It's strange.
It's so weird.
I love it, but it's strange.
He didn't even get a song in the first one, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, so they
Not
were
really.
like, we got to remedy that
Yeah.
power
did it stand
ballad.
out in a weird way, sort of like the Beast song did in
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast.
Mhm.
Where
It's
It's
like,
like, okay, I don't remember this guy having a song, and it's like
Oh, I like that song more
strangely
than
its
this one.
own sound compared to all the other ones.
it is, yes,
Yeah.
exactly that. I like the Beauty and the Beast song more, though.
Yeah.
I agree with Kyle on this.
I won't be the judge of that.
Yeah, you'll have to be the judge of that anyway. Yeah, Kristoff's arc was a bit on the weaker side compared to Anna and Elsa's. Those were the two that I really enjoyed, whether they were together or apart.
I think they just didn't know what to do with Kristoff on this one,
Mhm.
and he was already like his arc was him falling in love with Anna in the first one,
Yeah.
but he's already there, and
Mm-hmm.
and this is about Elsa's quest and like Anna and Elsa's relationship, so he's just literally like a third
Mhm.
wheel on
Yep.
this whole thing.
What'd you think about the world building? Because they do a little bit of
I
that
liked that a
here.
lot.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good job that
I thought some of
Disney did.
I thought some of the scenes where a big theme in the movie is water holds memories, and I
Mhm.
loved like that whole
okay.
idea and what they did with that. That was awesome.
That's cool.
But too many songs in the beginning, the power ballad thing was takes you out of it because
Certainly does.
you do laugh like because it is absurd like with the montage of
Is it not like trying to be?
no, it's
That's
very
what-
much trying to be.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, is this on purpose or
I feel like an 80s
Well,
power ballad
it has to be on
kind of is
purpose.
intrinsically cheesy and funny.
It has
Yeah.
to be on purpose, but there's no reason why.
Like
Like,
Kristoff's a silly dude.
but is he though?
Look at him. He would totally be an 80s guy.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, he definitely. I would agree with that.
He's
I just
listening to hair metal in his room,
he probably
waiting
would.
for Anna
yeah.
to
The more you
come,
say
come
that,
back to bed.
but I don't know. Just in the context and how the humor works in this movie, it didn't add up for me.
Interesting.
Me either.
Well, that's my most curious part now.
Yeah,
when I
I'm
go in and
I'm
see
very
it.
interested to see what you'll think of that, as well as the rest of the movie, because it is delightful.
It is really cute. A little sad in some parts, and I thought when Elsa finally gets to her destination, that was a little weird. I talked about it being more like the Abyss, where it just says like aliens or something. It's just that part I didn't feel like fit.
There's no aliens in this movie. That's
No,
not what
there's
she's
not.
implying.
It's just it didn't the whole like place she's trying to
Like
get
the
to.
look, the aesthetic of it.
Yeah, when she gets there, it just doesn't quite feel like it is in the world that she's supposed to be in.
Like taken from a different movie or something. Like the design of it.
No, not like that. Like it's just so futuristic and clean and modern,
Oh, okay.
not
That is
very
weird.
rustic.
Do you think that this will have a decent, strong chance at competing in the best animated category? Because it is pretty
It was so
crowded this
beautiful.
year.
Yeah, but the animation was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think it was as good as How to Train Your Dragon 3, which I think might have edged it out being a little bit better.
What about story-wise?
Story-wise,
Actually-
I think
I actually like Dragon 3's story more.
I would say Dragon's 3 story I like more. Toy Story 4 story I probably liked it more than this too. I think that one will be competing as well. I just think because of recency and popularity that this one could probably take the edge because I can't really think
I'm sure.
of-
I guess I should say. I'm
I
sure it'll
like-
get a nomination.
Yeah.
I liked this one more than Toy Story,
Of course.
but
you
I
did.
just don't care for
Of
Toy
course you
Story.
did.
Yeah.
Find that one annoying.
Well,
but
Toy Story 4 is going to win, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, maybe.
But Disney did a great job with their anime stuff this year
Oh my
anyway.
gosh,
Yeah,
it
no,
was
they've been killing
beautiful.
it.
Yeah.
This is going to make over $1 billion. Star Wars is probably going to make close to $1 billion. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've already had like $5 or $6 billion movies this year.
Only
That's
5.
That's what they do, though. That's their thing. They don't do mid-grade movies. They just do franchise and blockbusters.
Why be average when you can go the distance?
Yeah, I mean, it's working for them so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, so it was good, and it was so fun to take the boys, except for the light-up shoes. I will never do that again. And they don't sit.
No, boys. No.
And they don't really sit in their seats, so you gotta. That's why we always pick the one with the railings.
I like that
Oh, yeah.
they would decide to dress up. You were telling us this
yeah.
a couple of days ago. They were gonna dress up in like sweaters and whatnot, but they have light up shoes.
Well, yeah, we don't not dress shoes. Light-up shoes are fancy.
They are.
They
For
are
every
the fancy
recreational activity.
shoes. They're like sneakers that have like 3 lights on the side of when
Yeah.
you stomp them.
Mm-hmm.
He's very proud of those shoes.
As you should.
I wonder if they're like Heelys that also have lights in them.
Are Heelys still a thing? Like
They've
the ones
come
with
and
the wheels
gone.
that pop out?
They've come and gone, and I think they came back a little while
Did they come
ago.
back? Finally.
They've come back like 2 or 3 times. I've been too scared to use them, so I've never enjoyed the
That
thrill,
was way,
the rush of the
way
wheels.
outside my time.
Oh,
Kids these days, they don't know how good they have it.
Wheels
in their
on shoes.
Yeah.
well, I will let you guys know what I think of the '80s hair metal power ballad.
Please do, because I'm dying to see what others think of it as well.
Yeah,
because I haven't heard many.
What of the other two? Which of the other two movies should we go to first?
Well, you saw A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I did not, and I saw Knives Out, and you did not.
I meant to, but
and I meant to too.
I randomly saw my first ever football game instead.
Well, let's talk about Beautiful Day because it was the other major release.
Yeah,
because the
Knives
Out
Out
was a sneak.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's true. It was an early showing that our theater was able to do, and Knives Out will be coming out tomorrow or Wednesday, just in time for Thanksgiving. So yeah, let's start with Beautiful Day then.
Beautiful Day. I was really high on this movie. Like I just thought it was gonna blow out and be huge, and it's just that feel good that seems to be doing really well. That feel good movie, but Beautiful Day just underperformed. It only opened to being number 3.
13 mil opening.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Holdover Ford versus Ferrari beat it.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked it way more than Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I liked Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
But it's I knew there was nothing in it that surprised me whatsoever.
Gotcha.
It was just a well-made sports true story movie.
Yeah.
No, A Beautiful Day was... I like Cody said, I was excited at first. It's Mr. Rogers. Come on. I loved the documentary last year. And Tom Hanks playing him. Come on. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's all really awesome.
But I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. Like, it's people should know going in. It's not it's not about Mr. Rogers necessarily. It's about this. I forget the real guy's name, but in the movie his name is Lloyd Vogel, and he's a magazine writer for Esquire, and he's kind of this jaded, cynical man who's been carrying a lot of. You get the sense that he's carrying a lot of grudges and guilt over his life. He's kind of he's just jaded. And he gets an assignment to profile Mr. Rogers because the magazine is doing pieces on heroes. And that's kind of the premise. Mr. Rogers slowly changes his worldview. But the movie is just so well constructed. Every single scene lasts the exact amount of time it should. Everything flows together perfectly. You learn something about the characters with every scene. And it just flies by. But there are these moments where it very much feels like you're watching the documentary, where it kind of asks the audience to really reflect on these things that Mr. Rogers talks about. Like, it opens with this really cool recreation of the Mr. Rogers neighborhood set, and they kind of maintain that look. So there'll be scenes where like the writer has to fly to Pittsburgh to talk to Mr. Rogers. But the traveling montages will be done in that old-timey Mr. Rogers neighborhood, like little toy car look, and it's adorable. But there are moments, like there's this one powerful scene where they're sitting in a diner and Mr. Rogers is talking to the writer about his dad, and he's like, if you would just take like 60 seconds and let's just think about all the people that like loved us into being. And it's like, whoa, this is like already really deep. But all the other people in the diner kind of overhear it because, they know Mr. Rogers is there. And then the movie literally does it. It just goes silent for 60 seconds. And nobody in the theater was making any sound because you just get the sense it's impossible to not actually do what Mr. Rogers is asking you to do in that moment.
Yeah.
But then Tom Hanks is Mr. Rogers. Like, it cuts kind of back and forth between him and the writer and the other people. But then there's this one shot where he's like looking directly into the camera, like right at you, and you're just like, oh my God, like you're such a good guy. But yeah, I mean, there's not much more I can really say. It doesn't feel like a by the numbers biopic. Like a lot of it comes down to those more artistic touches. But by the end, you just come away as uplifted as the documentary made you feel. It just does it in a totally different way.
I think it got an A cinema score.
I'm sure you can't not love this movie. Like,
yeah, it'll have good word of mouth. I have a lot of faith that it's going to, after Thanksgiving, be something for the adults. Like Frozen won this round, but the parents that all took their kids to Frozen will probably want to go see this one next.
Yeah. I do wonder if it'll hold over pretty well come Thanksgiving break. I wonder if we'll see it still sticking around and not having a big drop off.
I mean, there's really nothing else like it out right now. Or
and it's still like
recently.
A family film. Like, it's only rated PG. Like, everyone knows Mr. Rogers.
Although with a PG rating, that seems kind of silly because they're not taking kids. This still isn't. They're going to be so bored in this movie.
Maybe a bit older than 10 maybe? Like you have to be 10 and older. I'm not quite sure. I feel
I
like
don't know. I kind of feel like
I get what Cody's saying. Like
it's an adult
little
movie.
kids just
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. It's not the saying that the movies fails the kids.
No.
It's just there's no universe where a 7-year-old kid is gonna be like enraptured by a beautiful
I
day in the
suppose that's
neighborhood.
true.
Like you can't look away as there's this
Or even
powerful dialogue scene.
Or even teenagers.
right.
It doesn't have anything for them either. And this really is
Some of the more like film fan teen, because
Maybe,
you start developing into a cinephile. If you were a cinephile when you're like 14, I feel like they would like it because it's just so
Yeah, that's a good
obviously a
point.
very, very well made and written movie. But I like to think it has legs. Like I think it'll stick around just through the word of mouth and the fact that it's just so naturally just an uplifting, heartwarming story.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving, it's kind of that time.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking too. I take it Tom Hanks was perfect
Brilliant.
casting for Mr. Rogers.
It's funny because like especially early on as the guy's kind of getting to know him, he kind of Mr. Rogers comes across as like kind of really weird, like really awkward.
Yeah,
but it's
I'm sure.
because he's just so blunt about these things that he believes in, like compassion and love and treating people as a special person because we all are.
Yeah.
It just comes across at first, and it's probably because the movie does a really good job of having the writer just be so caught off guard by these things.
Sure.
That the audience is like, because there are people giggling at Mr. Rogers as he says these things, but I mean you're won over instantly.
Yeah.
And then every time he's on screen, you're just like, please say more things. It's like tell me more. But also, like the documentary, the movie does a really good job of not trying to paint Mr. Rogers as like a saint or like a perfect person, because he very much was not.
Everyone thinks of him as that too, so it's kind of probably cool to see that darker side, not darker side, but
no, I mean
darker origin story of Mr. Rogers.
the dark gritty character study. No, I don't have enough good things to say about it. I really don't have any big negative things to say about it either. The last thing, I guess, Chris Cox, he's a great actor. He's been around forever. I don't see him in nearly enough stuff. He plays the main writer's dad, and that's kind of where the core drama of the movie is.
father issues.
Yeah. And he's super good and super tragic to watch. But again, ultimately, it's just beautiful and uplifting, but not in like a overly sentimental kind of cheesy way. It's just like, it's just so beautiful. Yeah,
I like that. Whenever Eric says something's beautiful, that means it's good.
Yeah.
It is. Especially just the way it ends. That last little shot. It's like, it's going to stick with you. Just like the documentary, you'll leave the theater with a big smile on your face.
I haven't seen the
I can't
documentary.
wait.
It's so good.
I was able to watch about... Wait, which one did I see? No, I did not see that one, actually.
You haven't seen Won't You Be My Neighbor either?
No, I kept missing it. I was thinking of Three Identical Strangers, but that's completely different. That's a completely different
Not the
documentary. Right.
Also supposed to be a pretty good documentary.
It is really good.
But yeah, check out both of these things.
And
Make
Three
it a
Identical
back-to-back
Strangers.
feature, and you will just be so healed.
I can't wait.
Well, how was Knives Out?
Early show.
As beautiful
Sneak
as
peek.
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood was
Yes,
to Eric?
exactly. That's beautiful and
Probably in its own way.
in its own way, in its own Ryan Johnson way. Knives Out is such a fun movie. It is great entertainment. It feels like a classic murder mystery, a classic whodunit story with a couple of twists and turns that kind of change like how narratives go for these type of murder mysteries.
A subversion of expectations.
Yeah, exactly. But it's done the right ways. I think initially, like myself, people will be like, I don't know if I like how they're changing like how this narrative is going. But once it gets towards the end, you'll end up walking it out, enjoying it as much as I did. Like I loved Ryan Johnson's direction. I liked its production design for everything. It's so intricate. It feels like old school murder mystery set in like the modern day. The cast is incredible. Like Johnson clearly knew how to write each of these characters. He clearly knew what they were supposed to be, how insane that they were supposed to be in their own right, and the actors ate up the script. They were able to just go above and beyond with these characters. And the mystery as a whole is just you are invested the whole time.
How was Chris Evans? That's the only
He's
one I care
awesome.
about.
No, he's awesome. Just as every other actor is awesome in this.
Yeah,
too.
who are your big standouts?
I guess Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
Because
I've
I
heard a
think
lot of good things about him.
He
because
sounds like Colonel Saunders when he's
Yeah, he has like
Really,
the southern
yeah.
drawl and he's kind of gentlemanly, but also kind of like a little full of himself.
Gets
Well,
you a little
it's-
jab in there too.
Yeah.
it just makes me happy seeing Craig in these types of roles because I think people think of him in like Girl with the Dragon's Tattoo or think of him
James
in
Bond.
Bond
Ooh,
exactly,
yeah.
but they never think of stuff like Logan Lucky.
Logan Lucky
Yeah.
is one of his best roles.
Yeah, and this is just as
Joe
good.
Bang.
This is just as good, if not better. Yeah, Daniel Craig was awesome in this, and he just plays up like all the actors do. They play with how not self-aware the humor is or how self-aware the story is, but just how insane everyone is to each other, and
Yeah,
it just
those
I don't know. They just
crazy
feed.
rich family dynamics.
Yeah, they just feed off of one another, and it's just a blast. It's
Are
so
most
much
of the
fun and
scenes-
entertaining.
Are most of the scenes like ensemble, or is there some like one-on-ones? Do people kind of go off and have their own little mini adventures?
Actually, yeah, it's a lot more one-on-one than ensembles. But at the ensemble parts, you're like, oh, I want to keep watching.
Yeah.
I want to keep watching their banter. I want to keep watching them yell at each other. Like you hate like just about everyone in the movie, but at the same time, you're
Oh,
like,
I'm sure
there's
you
still
love to hate them.
there's still something about them though, where you're like, I want to know more about you. I want to know what you would have done to,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It just makes me happy seeing Johnson, not bouncing back from The Last Jedi, but just being able to like, still be confident in himself and his capabilities to like make
Oh
another
yeah, he's
great
always
movie.
been a great original story writer.
Yeah, I mean,
in Star
Looper
Wars,
is
I Will Die
fantastic.
on That Hill. It's a
Yeah.
fantastic movie, but it's a part of the biggest franchise ever.
Yeah.
So I can see it be nice seeing him get back to his own
To
writing,
like his
the
own
script.
world,
Yeah.
to his own. Well, I mean, he did make Last Jedi in his vision, obviously, but it's just in his playground of sorts. It's not
Yeah.
someone else's playground that he got to make
Exactly.
his own story. It's his own thing that he gets to make, and he's so great at doing it. And it feels different from the other stuff he's done in the past. It's just, I don't know. It's a breath of fresh air, to say the least. Like, and that was what I was hoping for out of
I've
this.
been excited for that over a year now, probably.
It's killing
Yeah,
me
same.
not asking questions about this movie because I don't want to ruin it.
It's the
but
nature of
this
the
is
mystery.
Killing me. I don't like mysteries. I
Were
like
there-
to know what's
But this-
happening.
but it's so good.
Did
Like,
a lot of
it's
people
so
make
good.
it to the sneak peek?
Yeah, we had kind of a smaller theater, but everyone who wanted to see it definitely showed up for it.
Nice.
Yeah, so I feel like it could probably get an audience during Thanksgiving, despite being kind of crowded. But I think it has a
I'm gonna
good
see
shot.
it ASAP.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if there's one question I can ask that would satisfy me enough to know.
Who did it?
No, but wouldn't give away too much. Like, I'm coming up a little short. Like, I want to ask like the head of the household, the guy, the dad, whatever.
I just wrote his name, but I'm spacing on his
Christopher
name.
Plummer's character.
Yeah, Christopher Plummer's character.
Is he really dead?
Hey, let's just you know.
See, that was a good question, but
Yeah, I'll tell you another time.
okay.
After you see it.
After Eric sees it, so that we can talk about it.
Yeah, once Eric is out of earshot, I'll help you
Yeah.
out with that. But no, I think
Your answer might make me want to see it or not. It doesn't ruin it all for me if I
I
know
know,
what
some-
the ending
Which
is.
is
Some
weird.
People,
I-
some people. Are
yeah,
weird like
I don't
that.
get it, but if you don't want to find out until you see the movie, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll really be entertained,
I
as I
won't-
was.
because this is a before the break, like screening that you saw. Then I won't spoil
Yeah.
it, but I definitely want to know afterwards, like who, what happens in it, so that when I go, I'm not like too anxious watching it, so I can enjoy it.
Oh, it'll be a fun.
There's a lot of moments where you're kind of like, I don't know, like bouncing on your seat, just being like, I don't know, but I might know, and it's, I don't know, it just makes me happy that
Here's
having
a
movie
question.
like
Here's a
this.
question I will ask about it. Did you kind of a two-part question?
Okay.
Did you try and make a guess about who did it, and were you right?
Normally for these type of movies, I don't try and guess the majority of the movie. I like to be
Yeah.
entertained. I like to be
It's a
caught up in the
whodunit.
mystery.
You kind of subconsciously are like,
I
I
think
think.
it's
Yeah,
that's the person.
subconsciously, I did make guesses. I was not right.
Nice.
Because he's not really dead.
But at the same time, though, that was on a more subconscious
Christopher
level.
Plummer is Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
He pulls off the mask.
I know it.
Now that's the sequel I want to see.
He had a child, like a bastard child out of wedlock somewhere. And that child's the one doing it all. Isn't that like Pretty Little Liars? No, they were twins.
Couldn't tell
Something
you.
like
Spoiler,
that.
I don't care.
Yeah.
No, it'll be interesting to see how that one does. Frozen 2 is probably going to hold over.
Oh, Frozen
Yeah.
2 is definitely going
Like,
to hold
it's not
over.
going anywhere.
There's Frozen 2, and then there's all the other movies that we can
Yeah.
like.
So what does everything else do? I mean, there's also Queen and Slim coming out, which has been getting great reviews, but I can't see it playing.
It's a very niche market. I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like.
very niche movie
Super,
for sure.
super niche.
Yeah,
Not going to do very well.
sadly.
No, probably not.
That's not going
Yeah.
to be part of the national like discussion.
Mhm.
And
No.
those movies are just hard at the holidays. Like that is not a movie that I feel like I always take it back to Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. People just don't want those. As good as that
I
movie
did.
was, they just don't want those movies at Christmas.
My
during
mom
the
and I's
holidays.
Christmas
You mean the
date.
one that came out during Christmas
2011.
years ago?
Yeah,
2011?
with Daniel
Christmas
Craig.
Day.
Right, okay.
Everybody should have known.
I was thinking
There's
about-
snow in that movie. It was a snowy movie that I saw during a snowy time. That's all I need.
Not everyone thinks that way,
I
Eric. I'm
left the
sorry.
theater and I was like, oh my god.
Well, I
I'm
wonder
in the
if,
movie.
I wonder if Universal was just thinking like probably awards contention, so that
Oh,
might be a good time
what
if like
they're
the
definitely
extra
thinking.
days
I
would
don't-
help it open.
I'm sure they were thinking that maybe it's alternative to the family stuff.
Yeah, I mean between Frozen 2 and Beautiful Day.
Yeah, but
maybe
I feel like
Ford
there's
versus
way
Ferrari.
stronger counter programming.
Yeah.
At least I should say more
Less
mainstream
niche.
appealing
Yeah.
programming.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it sounds like we saw 3 pretty good movies.
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
got more to see. I want to see Beautiful Day. I'm actually wanting to check out Queen and Slim. 21 Bridges, we'll see. every month that it kept getting pushed back made me less and less excited for it. So,
Yeah.
but there's still plenty of good stuff now. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Wasn't like that at the start of this month.
I'm going to probably be seeing Knives Out tomorrow.
Good.
Yes. I'm so excited.
What are you going to go see? Do you go to a movie on Thanksgiving?
Probably.
Kyle, do you think you'll see a movie on Thanksgiving?
I don't think on Thanksgiving. Probably
Friday?
Friday or Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys going to go Black Friday shopping?
I do not go Black Friday shopping. I can't handle that.
We're youngins. We're Cyber Monday people.
That's true though. No, I hate the whole Black Friday shopping thing.
I do have to start getting gifts for my family, though, and that stresses me out like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hate it.
I took care of your guys' gifts.
Yes, they were awesome.
I'm set
Yes.
for
Thank
They
you
were
again.
Awesome.
Just so you know, I got them advent calendars, but Eric
yeah.
got a Star Wars one and Kyle got a Marvel one, Funko Pop
like
one.
Perfect. And we were just talking about advent
Yeah.
calendars
I
like
know.
last week. I was like, one time I got this Lego Star Wars advent calendar.
I
It was,
know
like,
you
the
were
best thing
saying
ever.
that, and then I was like,
And now I have and that was like
I didn't-
way before the sequel trilogy was even a thing.
I had bought that a while ago, and they've just been sitting at my house. And then we talked about that. I'm like, what if he gets one every year now? Like, I just thought in my mind you always got one. So
No, this will be
darn.
amazing.
Yeah, Cody's the best boss. She's awesome.
I try to get you guys something that you'll
Yeah.
enjoy all month.
Yeah. Every day keeps on giving.
I like getting toys.
Toys are great.
We'll call these office toys.
Legos-
Office
Legos
toys.
are technically toys, but they're also educational.
Oh my
play
gosh,
sets.
my son.
And fun movies.
My son
apparently.
took Legos and recreated a dinosaur from looking in a book. Like
That's yeah.
he
Really?
took
That's
a,
what they
he
do.
took a book
That's
and it was a
awesome.
cross section of a T-Rex, like an educational book, and then he got this like Lego builder that was a 3-in-1 dinosaur, so you can make either a
Oh,
T-Rex, a pterodactyl, but they were all in pieces and we had lost a lot of pieces. And he recreated the T-Rex by looking at the book, not the instructions. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Keep enforcing the Legos. It will only help him in the long run.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
love
best
the
thing that ever
Legos.
happened to me.
He doesn't listen to this, but he's getting Legos for Christmas.
Yeah. Do
For
they
sure.
shake presents? Do they try and find out what's in them? Because I
No.
mean, Legos. If you tip it over, you're like, oh
Yeah.
my god, that's a Lego set. That's a Lego set. That's a Lego set.
And then they hyperventilate.
No, but that's a good. I should do something to keep it like.
Put some padding around
I
it.
don't even know what you could do because it's just.
You can't. And that's good though because they'll know it's Legos, but
It's
they
going
won't know
in the back
what
then.
Legos.
Where you can't reach it.
Oh, he'll reach it.
Yeah.
Always finding a way.
And his brother's getting Thomas the train stuff.
Nice.
But that stuff's getting, I like Thomas the wooden rails set,
Mm-hmm.
and they're getting harder and harder to find.
Are they like plastic or something?
Yeah, they're going to the plastic
Ew.
tracks. And
No, you gotta do
Gross.
the wooden train sets.
yeah, I mean they have like third parties, but I want the actual
Yeah,
Thomas
you gotta
ones.
have the official.
And all the
endorsement.
sheds, like Titmus sheds and all the things that go with it that were actual Thomas locations, and those are getting harder and so expensive.
People listening are probably like, are they actually upset by this? Yes, we
Yes.
absolutely
it's like
are.
it's like one of the classic toys, like the train set toy. You know, I never was into train sets, but that's like one of the all-time classic
Oh my
toys.
gosh,
My
I
cousin
love 'em.
loves Thomas all his life, and the old wooden sets were always what we had to play with.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it's sad to hear.
Even when you're little and you go to like daycare places, like drop in, pick up.
Yeah, they
daycare
have the
things,
tracks
They always
and-
have
yeah, of
the
course they
train
did.
table set up with all the
the
different
toy stores too
rails.
did that. Yeah,
good times.
that's what you had to do.
Simpler times. Cool. Well, I mean, that was a pretty short one, but
Yeah, was that it for our special Thanksgiving episode?
That was it. It's Thanksgiving. We got to go see movies.
exactly.
All the film companies are closed. We're going to be closed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a nice week off for everybody.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Definitely
all
will be
about.
You
nice.
guys got to drive safe. I'm going to stay in town, but you guys drive safe.
No, go slow and steady. I mean,
Will do.
not too big of a rush.
Yeah.
Although
You got
it-
the whole week.
Yeah. No, it'll be great. Cool.
All right. Well, have a happy Thanksgiving and enjoy the time with your relatives. I saw the best political cartoon in our paper the other day. It was not to change the subject, but it was a woman taking her husband to see Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and he has like all this this like CNN T-shirt on and
Oh yeah.
all this stuff, and she's like, I gotta depoliticize you before we go have dinner with our families.
It's true.
She goes, you need a nice movie so I can it was, anyways.
I like that.
That's the perfect solution.
Yeah, that's a good
Like,
palate
cleanse
cleanser
you.
for sure.
Mhm.
Cleanse
Yeah, you're
you
gonna
of
walk
all
out of
the
that movie and you're
politics.
gonna be like, I don't even know what politics are. I just want to be and love my family.
Yeah.
And
So
hopefully that'll happen for everyone.
The legacy of Mr. Rogers will never die.
maybe you should take that uncle that watches too much Fox News or CNN or whatever it is and take him to see Mr. Rogers so you guys can have something nice to talk about at the table.
First scene, and they will just be cleansed,
Yeah.
purified.
He just is like, just the
What is this? This is beautiful.
He just starts crying.
That'll be its
How great would
legacy.
that be?
There will be so many happy Thanksgiving tables this year.
Maybe I'll see it again with my family. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, I think that's it.
Well,
All right.
take care, everyone.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.